Hey pen people, Brian here. Let's look at this ink really quick today. I won this in a giveaway and I'm really happy I did. This is Jacques Herbin's Les Toits De Paris. I know nothing about French, but that's how Google told me to say it. Hopefully I'm somewhere in the ballpark. It's a really pretty ink, so let's take this out of the box and I'll show it to you. So it has just, their typical bottle here, but it's a nice bottle. It's very atypical, I feel like, in the pen world. Very squat and square, and it's got this cool little area for maybe a dip pen or something. The cap is really nice, it feels sturdy. So overall, just a really, really nice presentation of this ink. So good job, Jacques Herbin, very, very good. So again, this ink is called Les Toits De Paris, and it translates to essentially the rooftops of Paris. Apparently, there are some rooftops in Paris that are somewhat iconic for their color, and that is what this ink is inspired by, is that color. So to get a closer look at that, let's look at my swatch card right here. So it is a grayish ink, somewhat gray. But to me, there's a lot of kind of blue-green in it. It's a lot more interesting, I would say, than just a simply gray ink. I have at least one other gray ink and I don't find it that interesting, but this one is very, very interesting. I like this one quite a bit. The color is very pretty, and if you look right here, look at that. It's actually fairly water resistant. If you're writing it's wet, it's gonna stay very legible. So that's awesome. I love that. Again, I really like the color. It may write a little bit fainter than this, depending on what pen you're using. I use a big old glass dip pen for my swatches, so it might be slightly off. In general, you'll want to kind of compare notes with a bunch of different videos or websites when you're looking at inks, because it can be really tricky to get color to come across correctly through a digital screen. But I'll do my best. And to give you a different perspective on this ink, let's take a look at a little writing sample. Actually, it's going to be a doodling sample. I'll show you a little doodle I did in this notebook, which I actually bound myself. So this is a hand-bound notebook. I actually sell these on Etsy if you're interested in checking them out. I just, as a couple of days ago, completely sold out. So if you go on there and there's nothing there, hang tight, there will be stuff soon. Go ahead and favorite my shop, and hopefully I'll have some more stuff up there soon. Let's open this up here. Where did I put that little doodle? Here it is. All right. So I just started to kind of do some abstract pointillism kind of thing, and it just kind of took off from there, different sized circles, and it was really fun. And with this, you can maybe see that the smaller ones are fainter and the bigger ones are much darker. So if you're writing with a finer nib or a drier nib, you might get a color akin to this. And if you're writing with something bigger and wetter, you might get something more like this. So it's an interesting ink where there's kind of a range of possibilities. And there's also some good shading in this ink too. I don't think that my color swatch really does that justice, but there is some nice shading. So if you're into that kind of thing, I highly recommend this ink. So I think that's it for now. This is a really nice ink. I highly recommend looking into it if you like the color. And if you want to support my channel and help it grow, the best thing you can do is just to like this video and maybe consider watching another one.